I can't believe I'm saying this, but if you don't like graphic content, why did you click on a video about Mortal Kombat? Seriously, why? Also, spoilers for the whole Aftermath campaign. It really is best experienced blind. If you haven't played it yet and you're gonna, go play it, then come back and watch this review. Alright? We all good? Cool.
Code monkey, get up, get coffee. Code monkey, go to job. Code monkey, have boring meeting with boring manager Rob. Rob say code monkey very diligent, but his output stink. His code not functional or elegant. What do code monkey think? Code monkey think maybe manager wanna write login page himself. Code monkey not say it out loud. Code monkey not crazy, just proud. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man, big warm fuzzy secret heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey like you.
What's new, Dino Dudes? It's me, the Media Raptor, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Raptor Reviews. Sorry, full of ice and don't want to spill. So some of you might be looking at the title up there, down there, wherever it is nowadays. I don't know, YouTube keeps changing things. I'm thinking, hang on, didn't he say he was going to be reviewing the Afro Samurai movie? Yes. So I ordered the Blu-ray of Afro Samurai Resurrection off of Amazon to do it for a reaction and review. That's what this episode was supposed to be. Apparently the shipment is going to be a couple days late, so I don't have it on me, and I don't want to watch it online because I want to watch it on my TV with the surround sound, you know, the proper way to watch a movie. And I get it. I'm totally cool with that because, you know what? There are some things that are more important than a copy of an anime movie that pretty much nobody has ever heard of. No idea when I'm going to get it, but when I do, I can guarantee you there will be a reaction and review on it. So, I was kind of in the mood to talk about something with, you know, ninjas and fighting and stuff. Then I remembered I pre-ordered the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath DLC, and that came out a couple days ago, so let's talk about that. Yeah, we're talking about Mortal Kombat 11's first ever DLC, technically story-wise, and the first story DLC to ever be put in any NetherRealm game. So, the fact that Mortal Kombat is getting story DLC is kind of a big deal, because that means that this is a first for this game and for this franchise, and perhaps future installments, or like in a game like Injustice 3, will follow suit. So, just so you guys know, I'm going to be, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be talking about the story, the characters, everything. So this is your only chance. Walk away now, because there will be spoilers throughout the whole thing. I'm not going to just have a certain section dedicated to them. Just go. Trust me. If you like Mortal Kombat 11, if you really enjoy it, buy Aftermath. It is a bit much, and I'll talk about that later in the video, but it is worth it. The spectacle, the characters, the fun of it all, it is worth it. Okay? Okay, hang on. Everyone good? Everyone who didn't want to be spoiled is gone? Okay, let's talk about what didn't work first. Disappointingly, one of the things I was most looking forward to has turned out to be probably one of the weakest parts of all of Aftermath. RoboCop. Now look, I'm not against guest characters. In fact, I love guest characters. My main in MKX was both Aaron Black and Predator. I think they're a lot of fun. I like the fact that we get them in these fighting games. And I completely get why they put RoboCop in here, because they put the Terminator in here. And, you know, there was the comics, RoboCop vs. Terminator, which I have to get my hands on at some point. There was an arcade game, there were toys, it was this whole thing. It makes sense. I can't argue the common critique, though, that they say he's just Terminator with some slightly different moves, because, yeah, he moves and fights a lot like the Terminator. Except some of the more fun stuff the Terminator has, RoboCop didn't get. For example, the shotgun walk that Terminator has, RoboCop can do that, but it doesn't fire 3 times, and you have to let go of the square button in order to fire. So, you know, just stuff like that. Overall, he feels almost half-baked in a sense. He's a lot of fun to play in casual, but I cannot see myself ever playing online with him. He's got some good strings, he's got some good pop-ups, he actually has some pretty good damage. Like, overall, he's a good character. I feel like they didn't go quite far enough, though. But that also kind of raises the question, what do you do with RoboCop? Like, he's got guns, he has Ed 209, who sadly is not like an attack, but it is pretty awesome what they do with the Fatal Blow. Exactly how do you translate RoboCop into a video game? Now, I know they've done it in the past, but those were mostly arcade shooters or arcade beat-em-ups. This is a fighting game designed by the people who have essentially wrote the book on fighting games, especially competitive ones. So yeah, RoboCop was a bit of a disappointment, which is kind of sad, all things considered. And if I had to be honest, I think the story could have been a little bit longer, or there could have been more fights. Now, the story is 6 chapters, which is actually a decent length. It takes you about anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours to finish if you just sit down and power through it, which is what I did. I played the whole thing in one sitting. It took me from about 9:30, 9:45 to about just past midnight, so just under 3 hours. And I only lost once against Kronika, but, you know, it's Kronika, which is like the most annoying character to fight, so hey, it is what it is. So I do kind of feel like, for the amount they're charging you, the story could have been a bit longer, or some of the cutscenes could have been shorter. Especially the opening cutscene. It just kind of drags on. Now, with all that out of the way, let's talk about what worked. This story is fantastically stupid, and I love it. Okay, look. I've kind of come to accept something about NetherRealm games in general. They have a decent story. They do not have a good story. These stories are excuses for people to fight. They are dumb, usually don't make any sense, and that's why we love them. I think the story works for what it is. For a fighting game story, it's actually one of the better ones out there. So, Aftermath is set immediately after the Mortal Kombat 11 story. And I love what they do with it, as they essentially realize, okay, we have to go back in time because of Kronika's crown being destroyed, therefore we can't restart history and fix everything that happened. So, you know, the best person to send is Shang Tsung. Because I guess, yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, yes, they do have a reason, I was joking. And they send Fujin and Nightwolf, which the two of them actually work off each other very well. Not just in terms of, like, fighting and cutscenes, but in terms of just talking. They have a good personality mix. Even Shang Tsung kind of has a really good chemistry with the characters. It honestly, at one point, kind of turns into a weird road trip almost, of like them trying to go all over the place. It feels like this could have been essentially a road trip, and I would have paid to watch that because that would have been amazing. Frankly, a lot of people were talking about this on Twitter. I'd love to see a standalone game with like Fujin and Nightwolf in the style of Shaolin Monks. Or just another game in the style of Shaolin Monks. That was a really good game. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah. So the story, there was nothing in it up until the end that really makes you go, huh, I didn't see that coming, or wow, this is really making me think. For the most part, the game knows, okay, here's a story, it's fun, it's entertaining, it works for what it is. Something else to note about the story is the odd lack of characters in it. Yeah, this is mainly focused on the DLC characters, so of course it'll focus on them. But characters like Scarlet, Kano, let's see. And immediately I can't think of any off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Like, Johnny Cage up until near the end, Sonya up until near the end, Cassie up until near the end are just not there. And it's weird, because you'd kind of think they'd try and incorporate them even in just a single fight or something. But it's mostly just cameos. And the story is not the main focus, the fighting is the main focus, and it's still Mortal Kombat 11, which has a fantastic system. But the story itself is kind of just cheesy enough that you can just kind of laugh and kind of roll with it and just not really question it. In the words of Mystery Science Theater 3000, just repeat to yourself, it's just a show, I should really just relax. Now with that, let's talk about the one thing most people tend to hate but I absolutely love about this.
Wife, I have missed you. If Quan Chi were here, I'd hoist him by the ankles and split him through. For all the time he stole from us.
I don't care what you say, I don't care what game you point to, what comic you try and reference, I don't care what you can come up with. You will never change my mind that evil Sindel is best Sindel. You will never change my opinion on that. I don't care what argument you come up with, I think she's great as a villain. I love the fact that she's just this crazy evil mastermind in Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, I know a lot of people are really angry on Twitter about it, but it's Twitter, so whatever. I know a lot of people on Reddit are really upset. I know the fan base is pretty upset about this, and it makes sense why they're upset, but at the same time, who cares? 1. Fictional character. 2. Mortal Kombat. 3. Video game. 4. Profit. Wait. Okay, but in all honesty, if you're upset with the retcon of Sindel now being evil from the word go, I completely understand. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, you're wrong and stupid and you can't have that opinion. But Sindel, I don't really know what it is about the fact, what about it is about her that I really like about her with her being completely evil. I think it's so cartoonishly over the top, and her interactions with Shao Kahn are honestly kind of wholesome and kind of charming in a genocidal maniac kind of way that it just works for me. I like this. I like the fact also that they started out by being, hey, she is good, and then, nope. Because, you know, I was kind of sitting there like, oh, well, you know what, that does make sense. I can understand why she's good now. Okay, smart move. Good retcon. Good writing. Good... Wait. Oh, I see what you did. That was pretty much my reaction throughout the whole story. And the fact that Shao Kahn gets his own chapter in this game, along with Sindel, is awesome. Because they're talking the whole time about choose your fate, make your destiny, blah blah blah. It very much is like in Injustice 2, where they let you choose a character and then they have different interactions, or they fight a different character. They even did it in the Mortal Kombat 11 story. And the fact that, you know, Shao Kahn finally gets to be more than just a side villain in this game, and the fact that he ends up killing, like, a lot of people is shockingly brutal even for this game. I absolutely love it. And the fact that the guy playing Shao Kahn is just chewing the scenery like there's no tomorrow, I love it. I think that's what I like about Sindel as well, is she's so regal, she's so, you know... It seems like she's of royalty, and then there's Shao Kahn, who is just like, big dick energy. Like, that's just who he is, and I love it, because the acting is great. Also, I really feel bad for Kotal Kahn. I'm not the biggest player of Kotal Kahn, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but the dude just can't catch a break. Unless we're talking about his spine. I'm a horrible human being, and I'll be here all week. Let's talk about the acting. The acting is awesome. Peter Weller is playing RoboCop. That's fantastic. Like, that's all I have to say, really. Fujin, his voice was a bit strange at first, especially in the story, but very quickly I kind of warmed up to it. Shiva's voice, though, is the only real issue I have with the acting. Because there's some lines that sound just fine, and other lines that sound like they may have used the wrong take. But... you know what? The performances don't pull anything down, and the fact that, I'm so sorry, I'm going to mispronounce this, the guy that played Shang Tsung in the movie, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce his name. The fact that they got him back to play Shang Tsung in the game is awesome. The fact that they let him just kind of go, again, full ham in the story mode is great.
My sincere apologies.
Now, if there is something else that I could talk about, especially that could be an issue to some players, the whole tag assist. In certain towers, you can call in a character by using the right stick and have them do an attack. When you're using something like this is a Mayflash F500 fight stick. It's one of the lower end fight sticks in terms of prices. It's more of a beginner's fight stick, to be honest, but I love it. I've been using it for just about a year now or so. You don't have a right stick, and there's no setting you can change it to where it's like, oh, in that case, set it to RL1 or something. There's no workaround, sort of. Granted, that's only really an issue in the Towers of Time, as this thing got me through the whole story, won every single fight aside from the last one against Kronika, but again, that's Kronika. So, yeah. No. The controls are great. The thing is, though, if you're not a Mortal Kombat fan, you will probably not enjoy this as much as a Mortal Kombat fan would. And even then, a lot of Mortal Kombat fans didn't seem to like this, so who knows, maybe I'm just in the minority again. So, characters? Pretty good overall. Shiva is a character I've been trying to learn a bit more with, who is, looks very promising. Fujin is shockingly a lot of fun. He's got some really quick and fast combos, he's got some crazy damage, like, he is the kind of character I was looking for when MK11 happened. So I'm really happy we got him, and apparently it's been like 14 years or something since he was last playable. I think he was last playable in Armageddon, maybe, and I have that on the Wii and the PS2. Yeah, seriously, they released it on the Wii, it's weird. And RoboCop, somewhat disappointed, but still fun and casual. And that's how I mainly play. Unless there's a skin or something I actually want in Combat League, I rarely ever go online because, yeah, you know, it's just not my style. But yeah, he's a fun character to use if you're just kind of messing around. And who knows? Maybe someone like Sonic Fox will be able to take RoboCop and they'll be able to make him awesome, and then they'll go on to win Combo Breaker or EVO and they'll just do awesome. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. I'm going to keep an ear to the ground now and see what some of the more professional players say about him. So can I recommend Mortal Kombat Aftermath? Yes. Here's the thing though. People seem really upset with the price. It's $40, technically it's like $50 in Canada, which is a bit much, but the game originally cost about $60, so yeah, you're nearly buying the whole game again. But that's a, thing about the economy, not really an issue with the thing itself. Let me run you through this. People were saying those who bought the premium edition should get it for free because they've already spent $100, while everyone else spent $60. No, not exactly. I'm going to break this down as simply as possible. The Premium Edition gives you the game and the first Combat Pack. The Combat Pack costed you roughly $40. The base game, just the regular old version of the game, cost you roughly $60. Therefore, you paid roughly the same price as simply buying the Premium Edition. Then, that means everyone is roughly spending $140 by the time you add Aftermath to it, and everyone's paying the same price if you bought the game day one. And people are saying, oh yeah, well there's the whole Aftermath collection, which is about $60, has the game, DLC, characters, all that included. Yeah, it's been over a year. Like, it's the kind of thing that games tend to do. It's what they've always done. All Mortal Kombat games beforehand have done this. Both Injustice games have done this beforehand. Why are you upset by this now, is my question. Look, I understand everyone has certain opinions on this kind of thing. For me, I'm just here for the entertainment value. And frankly, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath is super entertaining. It's really a spectacle to watch at times. There's some really just honestly almost Revenge of the Sith-like scenes that made me shout random prequel memes because, you know, prequel memes are the best. And they're way better than the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy by a long shot, don't at me. And yeah, you know what? I can recommend it. If you already have Mortal Kombat 11 and you enjoy it, buy it. You won't regret it. And if you're gonna wait for it to go on sale, cool. But I would recommend at some point picking it up or downloading it because, you know, it's a DLC, not an actual disc thing unless you buy the Aftermath collection, but that's neither here nor there, and yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm getting off topic again. Overall, I can give Mortal Kombat Aftermath 3 Raptor Claws out of 4. It's very entertaining. It's a bit short, but they managed to cram enough content in there in terms of characters, skins, as well as a bunch of free stuff like fatalities, friendships, stages, and all that, that by the end, I feel like I got my $40 worth. I feel like, you know, I spent a little bit of money on it, and I got enough. I felt very entertained. Honestly, it left me wanting more, so let's wait and see. Hopefully we make it like a chapter 3 or something. Anyhow, with all that being said, this has been the Media Raptor, saying keep cool, and I will see all you dino dudes around. Later. Yeah, I don't care, evil Sindel is still best Sindel, and you cannot change my mind on this.